There's some stains on your photo. They all cracks in your rusty frame. Stuck in the mud, but it's okay. I don't have the pieces of you buried in the flowers.
is something I could do. I could be running or I just see you, but I'm on. 'Cause I got better things to do than to spend my precious time chasing somebody who loves me too. If I got $1 for every time you slam the door, I would be the richest girl alive, alive. If you hadn't run away every time I asked you stay, you would sleep right next to me tonight. And you didn't want me, all you wanted was a game to play, and you couldn't handle that I had my ways. About your mind tricks and your side chicks, I'm a winner, babe. But you didn't win this, it's a part of the game. In the beginning I just didn't know that you're an enemy I held too close. Now I know, 'cause you did everything to prove me wrong. You were not the guy I thought. Now I'm beating you at your own. Yeah. If I got $1 for every time you slam the door, I would be the richest girl alive.